All right, so we are back, and I'm in Puerto Rico. As you guys can see, I'm in the hotel getting ready for tomorrow's card. That's right, Amanda Serrano in the main event in her home country. Jake Paul in the co-main. Juana Walton on the card as well. MVP / the Zone product. It's live tomorrow. Want to see you guys tuning in. I'm going to be there with Era Helwani, Gabe Rosado. There's going to be a ton of big names there. I'm super excited to be a part of it. But today I come to you with a video from the events of yesterday in, quite frankly, the most entertaining yet bizarre, worrisome yet hilarious, back and forth, cringy, out of line, chaotic, but still somehow catching my attention daily, minute by minute at this point. Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. The press conference was yesterday, and we're going to go through it and break down what I think are the most important points and why this fight is starting to feel like it may not even happen. Because again, Ryan Garcia, to me, feels like a guy that, yes, is trolling a little bit, is using that as a mask to hide the fact that he may be unraveling severely. This entire press run has shown me one thing and one thing only. Under the bright lights, one man stands and one man's crumbling. Between Ryan and Devin, I think you know the answer, but who is who? The breakdown. Let's go. All right, so first things first. Ryan Garcia, leading into this press conference, the night before, I've been telling you guys that Ryan has been doing a lot of things that are not necessarily related to even the promotion of the fight, but just essentially wilding out on social media. This is all before the press conference even started. Now, I don't like bringing people's personal stuff up or whatever, but this is public, so Ryan put out a Instagram post about his girl and talked about how fine she was and how sexy she was, and to be honest, she a baddie. But he also put in the post that he wants her to fight and that he's offering $500,000 plus pay-per-view for her to fight one of the girls on Misfits #1. I don't know when Ryan started promoting, and this sounds like a little bit of a pimp job. #2, I don't know that Ryan understands the girls that are on Misfits and how long they've been training. If you put her in there with someone like an Elle Brooke or Barbie or Julie Polka or any of the girls at the top, no offense to Ryan's girl, she's getting put to sleep. Outside of that, Ryan also apparently was in Los Angeles the night before the presser and got on Twitter live with one of the guys from the Twitter community, shout out Kenny, and just sounded like he was on another planet, which is probably true for his mindset because he was high as hell. Lay off the weed, Ryan. And be focused on training camp. But that's just me. I'm not going to sit here and chastise him for it. The man wants to smoke, he can smoke. But the attention on the things externally makes me think that he's not concerned with the actual task at hand here, which is not showing up and fighting Devin Haney, but beating him. Anyway, we get to the press conference, and Ryan rode in on a horse, but no one, it didn't feel like a grandiose thing. It just looked like Ryan was on a white horse and just walked it a couple of feet to the door and then dismounted. It didn't do what you thought it would. It wasn't some big thing. But at this point, he gets led to the stage with girls and hula hoops and dancers, and here comes Devin Haney, and I don't know what he was wearing either. He was dressed like Casey Jones from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was all a little bit odd, but that's an understatement because we still had to get into the actual press conference.
And shout out to Shea Buttercream and the Shea Butter family, doing a wonderful job with the Shea Buttercream. So,
Cocoa Butter.
Please let us know, the Shea Buttercream, what about the Shea toupee that your dad is wearing? Now, let me ask you, can you tell us how does the cream work for him?
At least I don't have a nappy hair like Don King.
Well, you know it's real. I know you said the Don King.
Is that some
but
racist
on April
stuff?
20th, it's going to be Ryan the Queen.
April 20th, you're going to see a good knockout, and then you're going to wish you didn't say those words.
So we get started with this press conference in the most awkward way possible because as these press conferences, these boxing ones anyway, you have Mario Lopez hosting it, by the way. Okay, that's dope. He's in LA. He's a boxing guy. Cool. But then you have Derek James and the coaches and everybody up talking. Bill Haney gets up there, starts talking about Ryan, and then somehow they talk about Shea Buttercream or Jergens lotion. I don't know what is going on, why we're talking about lotioning and lathering up as men about to fight. I have no idea. But then Bill takes another shot and says, yo, I don't know if it's Shea Buttercream or the Shea toupee that your dad's wearing, which is something he said in the other press conference as well. But then Henry Garcia, which again, the man was attacked for his toupee, comes right back at Bill Haney and says something that can be read as a racist remark that you probably shouldn't say about black people's hair. But I don't know if he meant it that way or not, at least at this point. All I'll say is it's already chaotic, and Henry definitely shouldn't be saying that. But you can already see the personal shots are flying from both sides. There's a level of respect there, but it's eroding very quickly. These two have gotten from business that was yeah, hey Ryan, we appreciate you taking the fight, and Devin's looking to continue his journey. Ryan's looking to reestablish himself as a top name after the Tank loss. This has gotten very personal, and we're gonna air out all the dirty laundry.
First, I want to give glory to Jesus Christ. I want to lift the room up with the energy of inviting the Holy Spirit in here to lead what I should say. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, I want to invite the Holy Spirit to come into this room and fill this room with peace and just to be really direct.
What the fuck happens to your voice?
So at the end of the day, I've been screaming for these promos, but I'm not even going to react.
Immediately, we get to fighter kind of addresses, right? Where the fighters stand at the podium, they're doing their thing, and Ryan gets up with, once again, the most raspy smoker voice I've ever heard. And listen, again, I'm not here to accuse Ryan of doing any sort of hardcore drugs or anything like that. There's some accusations that I think he's about to address here, but Devin Haney says, what happened to your voice? Why you sound like that? The rumor is that Ryan is doing so much partying, doing so much drinking, and apparently so much of something else that potentially could be the reason his voice sounds like that. And again, I don't have a reason for it other than, yeah, he's been doing a lot of promo, but so has Devin, and I don't hear him sounding that way. But regardless, it's just, again, the way this thing's opening up, we're going straight off rip personal stuff. Ryan's up there at the microphone like he's Jesus Christ himself in the white vest and the white suit, talking about, I want to invite the spirit of the Holy Ghost in here. And Devin's essentially saying, you had all the spirits last night. We smell the alcohol on your breath. This is, again, complete chaos.
At the end of the day, you know, I want to clarify some
Stop
things.
the coke, nigga. It's fucking up your voice.
I want to clarify some things. I don't do cocaine. I would do a live drug test.
What do you do?
I would do a
What do you
live
do?
drug test.
What do you do?
I drink and I smoke weed, and so has the majority of this room.
I actually don't mind Ryan saying that. That's to me, that is a real comment from Ryan. Like, all the rumors, all the things that are going around right now, and what you can read into that, like we have here, like it doesn't look like Ryan's very focused on the main thing and the task at hand, and he's doing a lot of things outside of that. Now, are these things super detrimental to him as a person? No. Everybody that I know drinks, and not everybody, but some people that I know smoke. These aren't the worst thing in the world, and for Ryan to sit up there and own it after Devin accuses him of doing cocaine, which again, I can't say here or there, for Devin to ask him and Ryan to just go, yeah, I drink and I smoke, that's real to me. Like, at least he's not hiding it. Ryan being open and honest about it, I think is a W.
What kind of example are you for the younger generation watching this? Talking about you drinking, you smoke weed.
Weed is legal,
making
bro.
that cool.
Bro,
the younger generation look up to us. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to publicize you drink? Whatever you do behind closed doors.
I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways,
why are you trying to? It's young kids. Hey. It's young kids watching us. It's young kid watching us.
Mom, you good, Mom?
See, I don't agree with this one from Devin Haney. One, I think I know what he's doing. Right, he's trying to get Ryan to out himself as this guy that's like a chronic drinker or an alcoholic or something. And he's been playing that angle. And to be fair, it's an easy angle to play because Ryan does sound, look, and act sometimes like a guy that's been influenced by some things. But when Devin's on stage and Ryan's giving his speech and he goes, lay off the coke, and Ryan's like, I don't do coke, and then Devin's like, well, what do you do? Essentially asking him to tell the world what he does and not keep it behind closed doors. You can't then turn around on Ryan and be like, what kind of example are you out here promoting the fact that you drink and smoke? No, motherfucker, you just asked him what he did. It's nonsense. This has nothing to do with boxing, but it is a little bit of some gamesmanship here from the Haneys to try to like shine the light on what Ryan is doing behind closed doors. And then when Ryan comes out and says it, they're like, well, you shouldn't be talking about that. What kind of example are you?
This is what I'm saying. Like, I want to invite you guys. I'm gonna try to make it short. What happened in my life as a little baby, defiled as a little baby.
Did you say he was defiled as a little baby? I don't know how we skip over that. I don't know what he meant by that, but
then after that, my family loses everything. We're sleeping in cars, 5 kids, 1 bedroom, with a dream. And with God, we just let God lead our life. And through that whole process, I grinded and I earned everything I have today. I earned it. I'm really a small town boy, you know. And then I just grew up as a man. And you start evolving, you start being a leader, and then you know I got to clean some stuff up. Maybe I didn't make the right move, you know. The other day, posting that picture, you know, me lighting it up, you know, bad move, my bad. But you keep it moving, you know, life, you know, I just want to let God, you know.
See, this thing I don't like Ryan is very public about the stuff that he does now. Even in this press conference he is. And then he goes on to like apologize for doing it, but then continues to do it. I think you have to pick a lane if you're Ryan. And this is why I say I'm worried about where his mindset is, because him going on stage and saying, you know what, this is what I do, whatever, I'm down with that. But saying that and then going, hey, maybe I'm not making the right choices and maybe I gotta fix this and fix that, and then continuing to do those things and then trying to like half apologize for them and say, what would you do if you had this money? And it just feels like a big spiral where he's over explaining to a crowd that doesn't really care. We want to see you fight. We want to see you and Devin take this seriously, and we want to see why you deserve this moment, why you're going to beat Devin Haney. No offense, but the reason everybody is so concerned about Ryan is because he is publicly posting about all this stuff, whether he's high or he's drunk or he's talking about this or he's off trying to fight that guy. Like, it feels all over the place, so we have to talk about it. And sure, it's entertaining as a means to keep ourselves intrigued in this fight, but the reality for Ryan is no one cares if you're doing any of that stuff as long as when it's time to get serious, you're serious.
I have respect for Ryan, you know, because me and him, we shared the ring 6 times as kids. We came up together. But over these last, few days, I lost a lot of respect for him because, one, we have a fight. The world is tuning in. So look how much media here. Look how many people are here to watch us. So it's like, I'm a true professional. I try to be professional in everything I do.
I don't mind Devin saying this, and he's right to go, you know what? I don't know how serious Ryan Garcia is taking this, because that's what we're saying. We're all like, is Ryan actually going to make it to this fight? Are we actually going to get this fight? Are we actually going to get Ryan attempting to go and dethrone Devin Haney, or is he just in this to make that money to promote this fight and then dip? But I will say, when Devin says, look at all the media here, look at everybody paying attention to us, I have to believe that a lot of that is because of Ryan. I'm sorry, I don't think that Devin Haney is garnering the same attention right now as Ryan Garcia, unless he's attached to Ryan. Ryan has done a good job of building this up in the most bizarre ways, like riding a fucking horse 10 feet to the venue. Didn't make any sense, but it got people talking. Ryan going live out of his mind. Again, these aren't the right reasons you want to talk about Ryan right now, but you're talking about him. So even if he is off the deep end, which I think is a real possibility, it's still bringing attention to the fight. And regardless of what Devin thinks of it, that's not under his control. The whole thing for Devin is to use this opportunity to either put his name on that same level, go in and wash Ryan. But Devin going this route, saying Ryan's not a professional, I like it. It makes sense. But it is also one of the big reasons that a lot of people are paying attention to this fight.
And that's why I always try to, come off the best way I can and give the fans and the kids and the people, and lead by a good example. On the other hand, we got this guy who's doing the complete opposite. And like I said, I don't know what he comes from. I don't know. Okay, but listen,
slow down, cutie.
Whatever he's going through.
Slow down.
Whatever he's going through.
I love you.
Slow down.
Shout out you. I love you.
Whatever you're doing behind
Garcia,
closed doors,
let him talk
behind closed doors. Man, would you like to come up and talk? This is Ryan Garcia's mom.
And in this next part, we're going to find out that, again, like I said a second ago, not everyone's squeaky clean. So while Devin is talking about being an example for the people, he absolutely is. Devin's a great champ. He's kept his nose clean, at least for the most part, from what I understand. He's got a great head on his shoulders. And he's probably going to win this fight with Ryan Garcia. But this is where things get very, very messy, because this exchange that comes next is absolutely wild.
When you were the judge, when you were the judge and the referee and everything that you guys did in LDB, and
Come on, Bill, stop
wait,
this shit, man.
wait.
You always bringing up shit that, you know what, man?
No, because
you know what? Hey, weren't you a pimp? Hey, weren't you a pimp?
Listen,
hey,
listen,
no. Weren't you a pimp?
Okay.
You were a pimp.
No. Listen.
When Devin Haney
what kind of
visit Ryan, he brought all these girls around him.
Okay.
He's just a pimp.
Once
a pimp, always a pimp.
Oh, my God. Once a pimp, always a pimp. Henry Garcia from the top rope decides he's going to out Bill Haney as a pimp, which has been known that Bill Haney has had some interesting parts in his own life and had some not so great decisions in his younger years. But this is all spurred out of Ryan Garcia's mother taking up for him. She's in the stands talking kind of over Devin as he's giving his interview, which again, it happens. It is what it is. You got to deal with it. But then Bill starts talking to her, and then Henry saying, yo, weren't you a pimp? We're going to talk about extracurriculars. You want to talk about what my son's doing outside of fighting? Weren't you a pimp? That is a good point. But it isn't Devin Haney, right? Like, I don't think in any way, shape, or form that we should be making Devin pay for the sins of his father.
I don't respect the man with the toupee over there, your husband, because he's bringing up the bullshit. Okay. Now, how you going to keep it real?
You're a nappy head,
at the end
motherfucker.
Nappy head. I sound like some racist shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
hey, that's what he's looking like.
Really got a toupee on.
I'm sorry.
All right, so then we go back to the hair jokes. For Henry, he knows at this point, for him to double down and triple down, It's a derogatory term used to describe black people's hair. You shouldn't say it. But again, we're talking about hair. What the fuck is going on? Who cares? Like, oh, okay, you got a toupee. All right, well, your hair is messed up. So what? Again, I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but Devin is very, very quick to do the race thing. Which again, if that's really offensive to him and he needs to go ahead and express why, that's his platform to do so. But it's almost like he's jumping too quick at stuff. Like, the same thing he did with the Ryan stuff earlier in the press conference, where Ryan was like, you know, I'm not doing cocaine. Well, what are you doing then? Ryan tells him, he's like, what kind of example are you? You're doing that and publicizing it and telling the world after Devin told him to tell them. You see what I'm getting at there? I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I like that Devin is portraying what he wants the people to see out of him, and may very well be the case. I don't know. But now it's become like, let's make Ryan the ultimate villain, which I think if he just lets Ryan talk, he's going to do to himself. I don't think Devin has to like force it, but he continues to do it, and it almost makes you look at it and go, oh, well, both these guys are working. Like, no one is what they say they are, type of thing. So I think Devin, if he just pulls back a little, a lot like the fight, if Devin just kind of pulls back and lets Ryan walk into it, he will do it himself. He will make himself look and sound a little bit erratic already. You don't have to force that. I feel kind of like that's what Devin's doing.
Now I'm going to ask you this. If you're not Ryan the liar, then you said that you seen Devin get wobbled. If you're not lying, Ryan, you seen Devin get wobbled by Tank on there.
But we're finally, at this point, going to get into some actual boxing, and this is a super important part of this whole rivalry. In fact, it's one of the most important parts in boxing lore for like the last 5 to 6 years. He brings up the Ryan Garcia meeting with Floyd Mayweather and the infamous Devin Haney and Tank Davis sparring match, where two sides of the story have been told. One side from the Haneys and one side from everybody else that was there. Let's listen to this.
Did you see Tank get stopped? And did you see me get paid when Devin stopped Tank? Did you see the tape?
I was on my phone.
Did Floyd show you the tape?
Yes, he showed me the tape.
Did you see Devin stop Tank and see us get paid the money?
No.
So you only saw part of the tape?
Maybe, I don't know. It was obviously clipped, but at the end of the fucking tape, Devin was getting his ass knocked out. I'm not why am I gonna lie?
We watched Tank knock you out. The world seen Tank knock you out. You quit.
That's good.
You quit.
This is so important to me, more so than any of the bullshit that's been talked about. Devin Haney and Bill Haney going at Ryan for the tape. Ryan said, listen, I saw the tape. I'm not lying. And it feels like a little bit of both sides calling each other's bluff. But Ryan actually posted the tape last night. It seems like the Haneys have either not wanted this to get out or maybe didn't know how much was on that tape. But also, Floyd Mayweather gave Ryan the tape. Well, I don't understand. Wasn't at one point Devin one of the biggest prospects at TMT? And for him to do that just shows that Floyd is the ultimate villain in this whole thing. Floyd gave Ryan the tape. And it's a master plan from Floyd, because all it does is get attention on someone that's not in the fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis, and show off this famed or infamous footage that also has Floyd in it. It's perfect play from Floyd to have his name, his gym, his fighter being mentioned as one of the biggest things between Ryan and Devin.
Hey Ryan, you're not gonna pull out though. Do we need Arnold Barbosa for the backup opponent, or are you gonna show up on April 20th?
Barclay, April 20th. Are you gonna be there?
No comment. Ryan, are you gonna be there? Or you? Or you gonna go in your phone? Are you having a panic attack over there, Ryan? What's going on?
This is concerned, because everything that you're seeing in this back and forth is Ryan promoting this fight, because it fuels every single fear that boxing fans have right now, which is that Ryan Garcia may pull out of this fight, that the fight for some reason won't happen. And a lot of it is directed toward Ryan, because Ryan is the one acting a little bit more erratic, and then Devin puts him on the spot. Yo, Ryan, you're not gonna pull out, right? And Ryan sits there looking on his phone. We all know that he can hear Devin. And in fact, Derek James and his own father are like, Ryan, he's asking you if you're going to pull out. You might want to grab the mic and say no. Ryan, did you hear him? He asked you a question. That's his own team saying that to Ryan. And Ryan's just sitting there like just completely discombobulated, completely out of sorts. On that question specifically, you should be worried if you're a boxing fan that Ryan acted and reacted like that to that question. Everything else, the coke, cool, react how you want there. The fighter, when questioned about pulling out of a fight, you'd think there's a little more pride there than to just go, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I did not like that at all, that Ryan just sat there quiet. That makes me nervous.
At the end of the day, Ryan is just another opponent. At the end of the day, he's another name off my resume. But it's a huge fight. It's a fight mean everything to me right now where I'm at in my career, 100%. But Ryan is no different than any other opponent.
Ryan, Devin's coming off Is that Dora?
No, it's Cocomelon.
Oh, Cocomelon. Okay.
Ryan starts playing Cocomelon during Devin Haney's answer to a question that Mario Lopez asked him. It's just so weird. Like, why Cocomelon, one, and also, it's one of those things where it lingers too long for the joke to even be funny, because no one's laughing at the joke. Everyone's looking like, hey, you got him, Ryan, so can we turn it off so we can... It's like desperation that he's on the phone and he has to go to the Cocomelon after Devin is straight up calling him out, being like, are you even going to show up to this thing, dude? Like, are you having a panic attack over there? Like, he's butchering it. He's really laying it in. And Ryan's like, oh, this will be the one. Let me go get Cocomelon and play it off my phone. Again, I'm not going to try to do the body language expert thing, but when two dudes are facing off and one dude just decides, let me bounce real quick, and he like hesitated too. He's like doing the face off, and Devin's saying something to him. I have no idea what he's saying. Probably just talking shit, whatever. But Ryan is sitting there and he's kind of swaying, and then he wants to leave, and then he's like, well, I probably shouldn't leave just yet. And then he turns back and he's like, well, I've already committed to leaving, so I got to go now. And then he turns and leaves. I don't know, man. This looked like at a certain point Ryan just didn't want to be there. And that's what it looked like when he dips out of this face-to-face, which again means nothing for the fight, but I'm just trying to look into the mind of Ryan Garcia and what he truly wants out of this fight. And I still don't have those answers. I have no idea what Ryan Garcia wants out of this, how prepared he's going to be, and if we even make it to the fight. I'm legitimately concerned based off the way Ryan handled that question and some others. But that's the press conference, man. Like I said, it was chaos. It was a little bit cringy. It was a little bit awkward, but it was entertaining overall, just because, again, you're starting to see business become personal with these two, and granted, I don't want to see everyone's dirty laundry aired out, but this is the fight game, and when these things go left, they go way left. So I don't anticipate this calming down at all. In fact, I think it's just going to get worse. With Ryan last night posting the sparring footage, posting a video of Bill Haney smoking weed to be like, look at these hypocrites calling me out. He's been all over Twitter the entirety of the night since this press conference. I expect by the time this video goes out, there'll be even more out. So we're going to keep following this thing. But as of right now, one word for this fight is, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope so. I think it's going to, but I have no idea. And Devin Haney, fair play. He's doing his thing. He's the champ. He's there. And for Ryan Garcia, the one word that I keep going back to is concern. But what happens with the rest of this build-up, the press conferences, the back and forth, the personal stuff being aired out, and ultimately the fight? I don't have those answers, but I guess we'll find out.